Hi there, how are you? Hope you are doing well. My name is Te Grace. I am a T.P.C. Thought Process Conditioning Mindset Coach, and my ultimate goal is to help as much people as I possibly can whilst on this planet. Firstly, become the control center of their mind. Once you become the control center of your mind, you then, my friend, become the control center of your life, living the life you want and achieving the goals that you want to achieve. But unfortunately, there is so much people on planet Earth right now who don't realize in order to actualize where it all begins and how. It's important you realize where it all begins and how. I'm referring to the life that you want to be living. I'm referring to the person that you want to become, what you want to achieve. It ultimately begins, firstly, are you ready? Drum roll. Got any drum roll here? No. It all begins in your mind. And secondly, in the form of mental imagery. Question is, why mental imagery? Because we think in images. That's it. If you see everything that's made by human hands, it first began as a mental image in that individual's mind. All is mental imagery and the conditioning of images that are processing in your mind. When you realize those two aspects, then the next is learning and implementing T.P.C mindset tools within your life daily. Firstly, to condition your mind. Either you're conditioning your mind or your mind is conditioning you. People don't realize that approximately 70,000 plus TMIs, thoughts and mental images, are popping into your mind daily. And some of them running on autopilot. And this is where a lot of people don't realize that any thought or image, so when I say thought, I'm referring to a mental image. So when a mental image is running on autopilot in your mind, you are you're becoming the victim to that mental image, not realizing that what it is, it's truly, simply an image that's actually processing in your mind. The meaning of the word process is a series of actions taken in order to come to a particular end. So that's ultimately the mental image or image's goal, is to come to a particular end, to come to fruition. And when they are running on autopilot, that's why people are getting into constant negative states, because it's all autopilot, and because it's running on autopilot, that image is building within their mind, becoming a state, and also at the same time building that neuro pathway. A neuro pathway is simply a specialized cell that sends information throughout the brain. So your brain and your mind is more you being in awareness and consciousness, and the brain is obviously in the world of physicality and matter, made out of 3 pounds of gooey stuff of over a billion neurons and synaptic connections. So your brain is really like a receiving station of the thoughts and mental images that process in your mind. And your mind is you as an awareness and consciousness, okay? Your whole life really is, your perspective is actually determining your reality, but what that is, it's an image. It's processing in your mind, becoming your perception, and what you perceive as a mental images is what you're going to project and produce. So the images that you perceive the most, you feel the most, and you do the most. It's all mental imagery, my friends. So your past, when people go, hey, you remember that in the past? What it is actually, because every experience creates an image, creates a picture. So the past, all it is an image that's stored within your mind. And because if it's running on auto, so a lot of people go through trauma, they still have the resemblance of the image still processing within the subconscious mind. You change the image, you change the perception, and then you change what they're going to project and produce. So you change the image, you change the feeling, the emotions, because the images you feel the most, the images you perceive the most, you're going to feel the most, and you're going to do the most. Ultimately, it's all about mental imagery and conditioning your mind. Either your mind's conditioning either your mind is conditioning you or you are conditioning your mind. So T.P.C, a very effective cognitive program based on simplicity. Why? Because it's really getting to the root cause why we do what we do, and how we feel what we feel, and to be able to achieve what we want. in those two things, in the mind, in the form of mental imagery. So as a TPC mindset coach, very similar to a personal trainer helping you to get fit, lose weight and build muscle, I help you to condition your mind. All right, guys, take care. Look forward to being your TPC mindset coach. Look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.
What if the mental health crisis exists because we followed the wrong guy? In modern psychology, there were two major voices, Freud and Adler. Guess which one we built an entire industry around? In Freud's model, everything's about your childhood, your parents, your trauma. You're broken because of what happened to you. And healing means going back and reliving every moment. But Adler, he didn't ignore the past, but he said it's not the main thing. What really matters? Your beliefs, your goals, your sense of meaning. He believed healing came from taking responsibility, creating connection, and building purpose in the now. But we didn't follow Adler, we followed Freud. Because Freud's model made it easy to build an industry around therapy that keeps you talking year after year. It feels like healing, but nothing actually changes. You explain your patterns, you analyze your wounds, but you stay stuck. What we need is Adler's model. We need to reprogram your subconscious with forward-focused beliefs, not to stay stuck in the past.